Democracy is not just about electing leaders. It's about how these leaders work within institutions to make decisions, implement policies, and resolve disputes. The three key institutions in a democracy are legislature, makes laws, and approves policies. Executive implements the laws and runs day-to-day administration. Judiciary settles disputes and ensures rules are followed. These institutions work together, checking and balancing each other, making governance transparent and accountable. Let's see an example. The Mandel Commission report of 1980 recommended 27% job reservations for backward classes. The Prime Minister and Cabinet decided to implement it. Civil servants drafted the government order, OM number 36,012-31 and 90. Citizens opposed it, and cases reached the Supreme Court, which finally validated and modified it. This shows how institutions interact to take decisions and resolve disputes democratically. Institutions ensure that governance continues smoothly, even if key leaders change. Ministers decide what to do. Civil servants decide how to do it. Courts decide whether it's fair or legal. Institutions may slow things down, but this prevents hasty or bad decisions and ensures wider consultation. Imagine if one person made all decisions alone. Things might be faster, but mistakes could go unchecked. Institutions with their rules, committees, and procedures make governance fair, accountable, and democratic, even if it takes more time. So, the working of institutions ensures that democracy is more than elections. It's about responsible decisions, proper implementation, and justice for all. This is how a country runs smoothly and fairly. Parliament is the heart of democracy in India. Even when decisions like the Mandel Commission implementation were taken outside, Parliament's discussions shaped the government's choices. Why do we need Parliament? It is an assembly of elected representatives who exercise supreme political authority on behalf of the people. Parliament makes laws, controls government actions, sanctions public money, provides a forum for debate and discussion. Even if a decision is implemented by the government, Parliament's support is essential for legitimacy. Parliament in India has two houses: Lok Sabha, House of the People, directly elected, exercises real power, controls the Council of Ministers. Rajya Sabha, Council of States, indirectly elected, represents states, has special powers but less influence over money and ministers. The President is also part of Parliament and gives assent to all laws. Here's how the Lok Sabha dominates. Money matters. Only Lok Sabha can approve the budget. Rajya Sabha can suggest changes or delay for 14 days. Control of ministers. The Prime Minister and Council of Ministers must have the support of the majority in Lok Sabha. A no-confidence vote can remove them. Joint sessions. If both houses disagree on an ordinary law, a joint session is held, where the Lok Sabha's larger size usually decides the outcome. Parliament ensures that the government cannot act alone. Discussions, debates, and checks make governance transparent and accountable. Even decisions taken outside Parliament gain legitimacy only when lawmakers support them, reflecting the people's will. So, Parliament is not just a building, it's the voice of the people, the guardian of laws, and the controller of government power. It ensures democracy works the way it is meant to. Who really makes day-to-day government decisions? It's the executive, the people in charge of putting policies into action. But in a democracy, power is shared between elected leaders and permanent civil servants. The executive has two parts: political executive, elected leaders like the Prime Minister and ministers, who take big policy decisions; permanent executive, civil servants, who remain in office even when governments change and help implement decisions. Even if civil servants are experts, in a democracy, the people's will prevails through their elected leaders. The Prime Minister is the most important political leader. Though not directly elected, they are appointed by the President as the leader of the majority party in the Lok Sabha. The PM chairs cabinet meetings, coordinates ministries, makes final decisions in case of disagreements, controls the distribution of work, and can dismiss ministers. The Council of Ministers assists the PM, with cabinet ministers forming the core team making major decisions. The President of India is the head of state, mostly exercising nominal powers. All laws and major decisions are issued in the President's name. Appointments, treaties, and defense command are formalized by the President. but the president acts on the advice of the Council of Ministers, except in appointing the Prime Minister when no party has a clear majority. This ensures the executive is accountable to the people through Parliament. In India's parliamentary system, the PM and ministers are answerable to the Lok Sabha and can be removed by a vote of no confidence. In contrast, in a presidential system like the USA, the president is both head of state and government, directly elected by the people, has fixed tenure, and is independent of Congress support. India prioritizes parliamentary supremacy, making elected leaders the true executors of the people's will. The political executive ensures that policies decided by the people's representatives are carried out efficiently. Civil servants provide expertise, but the final say always lies with those elected by the people, keeping democracy alive and accountable. Who ensures that government decisions are fair and follow the Constitution? That's the judiciary, the independent guardian of justice in a democracy. In India, the judiciary includes the Supreme Court for the entire nation. High courts in each state district and local level courts. India has an integrated judiciary, meaning the Supreme Court oversees the judicial system and its decisions are binding on all other courts. The judiciary can handle disputes between citizens and the government, between state governments, between union and state governments. It is also the highest court of appeal in civil and criminal cases. Its verdicts are final, ensuring justice is served fairly. Independence is key. Judges are not controlled by the government or legislature. Supreme Court and High Court judges are appointed by the President in consultation with senior judges. Once appointed, it is extremely difficult to remove a judge, only through impeachment in Parliament. This independence allows judges to interpret the Constitution and declare laws or actions invalid if they violate it, a power called judicial review. The judiciary also protects fundamental rights. Citizens can approach courts if their rights or public interest are violated. This is called public interest litigation, PIL. Courts intervene to prevent misuse of government power, stop malpractices, and ensure justice. This is why the judiciary enjoys high public trust. Without an independent judiciary, democracy cannot function properly. It ensures that even the most powerful institutions follow the Constitution and serve the people fairly.